Welcome to our Tales Folklores channel, where we bring you the most captivating African stories. This one is about David, a tech guru raised abroad, who got stranded in Lagos during Detty December. You won't believe the twists, the drama, and the lessons he learned. Before we start, click subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on your notifications for more exciting tales. Now, let's get into today's story. David was a tech whiz. Born in California to Nigerian parents, he had spent his life building apps, designing software, and working on big tech projects. But this December, he wasn't thinking about coding. He wanted adventure. He wanted to feel the vibe of Lagos, the city everyone said was the heartbeat of Africa. The social media were always hipping Detty December. The concerts, the nightlife, the parties, they made Lagos sound like paradise. So, David decided he was going to experience it all firsthand. He booked a first-class ticket, packed a light suitcase, and planned to shop for designer outfits once he arrived in Lekki. "I'm ready for the time of my life," he thought as he boarded the plane. But Lagos had other plans. When David landed at Murtala Mohammed International Airport, he felt at home. The heat, the noise, the rush of people, it was overwhelming but exciting. He carried himself with confidence, his neatly styled hair and casual designer shirt setting him apart. His first stop was the currency exchange counter. He pulled out his foreign credit card, only to hear the words that would change everything. "Sorry, sir, we don't accept foreign cards here," the banker said flatly. David frowned. "What do you mean? I'm here on vacation. How am I supposed to get Naira?" "You need a Nigerian bank account," the banker replied impatiently. David's heart sank. He only had $80 in cash on him. The rest of his money was locked in accounts he couldn't access. Suddenly, the luxury hotels and wild parties he had dreamed of seemed impossibly far away. David left the airport feeling defeated. When the cab dropped him at Lekki, he wandered aimlessly through the streets of Lekki, looking for a solution. The bustling city felt overwhelming. Cars honked, street vendors shouted, and people moved like they had somewhere important to be. That's when two young women approached him. "Good afternoon, sir," one of them said, holding up a flyer. "Do you have a Nigerian bank account? We're marketers for Zenith Pay." The women were Amaka and Bola, recent university graduates working their first jobs at a fintech company. Amaka, 24, had a warm smile and braided hair adorned with beads. Bola, 23, was sharper, her long ponytail tied neatly behind her as she eyed David suspiciously. David explained his predicament. "I'm stranded. I just arrived from the US, and I can't access my money. Do you know where I can find affordable accommodation?" Bola scoffed. "This one is definitely lying. He probably has no money and just wants to use us." Amaka, however, felt sorry for him. "There's a bed space motel nearby," she said. "It's not fancy, but it's cheap, 20,000 Naira. I can show you." Bola rolled her eyes. "Amaka, don't waste your time." But Amaka ignored her friend and led David to the motel. The motel was nothing like the luxury suites David had imagined. The small room had 3 beds crammed together, a noisy ceiling fan, and dim lighting. David hesitated as he stepped inside. "This is different," he said, trying to hide his disappointment. "It's all you can afford for now," Amaka said kindly. "At least it's better than sleeping on the streets." Over the next few days, David adjusted to his new reality. He shared the cramped space with strangers, ate simple meals, and tried to stretch his $80 as far as it could go. Amaka visited often, bringing him food and giving him tips about navigating Lagos. "Why are you helping me?" David asked one evening. "Because everyone deserves kindness," she replied with a smile. Amaka introduced David to Lagos in ways he never expected. She took him to Lekki Market, where the colorful stalls overflowed with Ankara fabrics, fresh produce, and handmade crafts. "This is amazing," David said, looking around. "You haven't seen anything yet," Amaka replied. They joined a budget-friendly tourism group and visited places like the Nike Art Gallery, Freedom Park, and Tarkwa Bay Beach. David loved the vibrant art and music, but what he cherished most was Amaka's company. On the group tour bus, David's polished accent caught the attention of other tourists. Single women flirted openly with him, much to Amaka's annoyance. "Why do you let them think you're something you're not?" she asked him one evening. David sighed. "Amaka, I'm not trying to impress anyone. I'm just enjoying the moment." As the days passed, David and Amaka grew closer. She admired his intelligence and humility, while he admired her kindness and strength. They shared laughs, long conversations, and moments of quiet understanding. But Bola wasn't convinced. "This guy is hiding something," she told Amaka. "Don't let him take advantage of you." Amaka brushed off the warnings. "David is genuine. You just don't see it." One evening, during a group outing to the beach, Amaka confronted David. "Bola thinks you're lying. And honestly, sometimes I wonder too. Who are you, really?" David looked hurt. "I'm just a guy who got stuck in a situation I didn't plan for. But you've shown me kindness when I didn't deserve it. That's all that matters to me." Amaka softened. "I like you, David, but I need to know I can trust you." As David's 2-week stay came to an end, he needed money to get to the airport. Not wanting to burden Amaka knowing she had no more money left, he turned to Bola. "Bola, can you lend me some money? I'll pay you back with interest," he said. Bola laughed. "Do you think I'm stupid? You must think I'm a full fake accent, fake promises. Stick to scamming, my friend." Her words cut deep. When Amaka heard about it from Bola, she decided to step in, using her fintech app. She borrowed more money and handed it to David. "Go home," she said. "Just promise to pay me back someday." David was overwhelmed with gratitude. To save money, Amaka suggested taking a public bus to Ikeja. Bola, still skeptical, insisted on coming along. The ride was chaotic, with loud music, cramped seats, and hawkers selling goods through the windows. But David didn't mind. He was touched by Amaka's willingness to go out of her way for him. When they arrived at the airport, Bola was ready to say, "I told you so." But what happened next shocked her. David pulled out his first-class ticket, leaving both women speechless. He escorted them to the VIP lounge, where they enjoyed a proper meal together. "I wasn't lying," David said to Amaka. "I just didn't want my money to define me. You showed me Lagos through your eyes, and I'll never forget it." As David boarded his flight, he hugged Amaka tightly. "Thank you for everything. You've made this the best December of my life. Take care, David," she said, her voice tinged with emotion. 2 days later, Amaka received a call from David. "Amaka, would you like to see Los Angeles someday?" he asked. Her heart skipped a beat. "Yes, David, I'd love that." Bola, overhearing the conversation, felt a pang of regret. She had let her skepticism cloud her judgment, and now she was left wondering what might have been. And that's how a stranded tech guru found kindness, connection, and love in Lagos during Detty December. Until next time, stay tuned for more exciting tales.